And welcome back to my Let's Play of Insurmountable, and we're beginning what could be the final climb. Could be. Oh, bloody hell. Temperature per hour when moving. Only active during cold weather, though. There are heavy storms on this route. Very thin air. How about this? Oh, you mean ow. Only during the cold, though. Only active during stormy weather. I think I'll take the blizzard. Yeah, that's fine. That's honestly fine. I don't have any more slots. I've got good amounts of stuff. So, yeah, I think we're good. It's gonna be the final climb, though, but it looks like it's going to be a long trek, too. This could easily be a multi-part video. You stare up at the sky. It seems that escaping the time loop will be more complicated than you thought. Plus, that young woman is playing some kind of game, and you have no idea why. You still don't really trust her. Despite that, it is now your job to take the amulet with you to the top of the highest summit. The glowing, pulsing stone must break apart at precisely the point where the time loop is most vulnerable. It's the only way to destroy the temporal anomaly, at least in theory, and since that's your best shot, you have declared yourself willing to carry out the hardest part of the mission, to climb and survive. You know, I probably should have picked a different character, but I wonder. No, it won't let me leave yet, so... Oh my god, that is way... Okay, well... That is gonna just burn all my shit to the ground. Stamp. Eerie surround... Very eerie surroundings. Ugh. I didn't pick the... Eerie surroundings. Reach the summit. That is the only goal, but we have a long way to go for that, and honestly, if I'd known sanity would be the problem, I probably would have prepared for it, but I didn't. What would be the best way to go to get up there? How about B, so I can see what I'm doing? Okay, so... I mean, I guess I could just start walking, and then I'll just stop when I need to. That's the thing, I'll just stop when I need to. Honestly, it's a smart... I can get pretty goddamn high up, though, without losing anything, so that's not terrible. You approach a canyon and notice that a rope has been stretched across this. Who could have done that, and do you risk using it? Yeah, I'll take a bit of a hit to the sanity. The wind tosses you to and fro as you cling to the rope with your arms and legs. You can feel your arms grow tired, but you continue across the canyon inch by inch. When you finally reach the other side, you collapse in relief. And then I will stop for a minute just to get that item. Oh, in that cave, perhaps. That could be of use too. I need to get every little thing that's in my path. I need. This is potentially, like I said, the final climb. You enter a cave and it's dry and sheltered from the rain. However, you notice a strong smell. You follow the smell but are unable to find anything except some tufts of burned bones. Sleep briefly, sleep long. I don't really need to sleep yet, though. Yeah, I don't need to sleep just yet. Whoops. Gotta remember, take your finger off the damn keyboard. And item definitely helps. You notice some shimmering blue herbs growing in a fissure. They emit an intoxicating fragrance. You approach them to take a closer look, but unfortunately your botanical expertise is limited and you are unable to identify them. Is it worth the risk to taste them? You lick the herbs with the tip of your tongue. They taste strangely bitter, but also delicious. A lovely warm feeling spreads through your body. The blue blossom literally melts in your mouth. You try to identify the flavor. A hint of thyme, perhaps? Perhaps there are other notes as well. Subtle but refreshing and aromatic. Nice. Your throat feels wonderfully clear. Let's do it. You pluck a few more blossoms and chew on them with relish. You feel relaxed, light, and strong. What sort of miracle herb is this? The final blossom, you can't resist. You gulp it down. You feel intoxicated, invigorated, invincible. Nothing and no one can stop you now. Cool. A bunch of level ups. Yes. Yes. And that's it. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. This way I don't burn through energy, but yeah, right now, if things are going down, these are the things I need to keep up. And right now, my heat... Okay, my body temp will go up. That'll be fine. But yeah, every point of interest. And I still have plenty of time for that. And plenty of time for the fast trip, too. So, either way, that does benefit me in a lot of ways. A good combination of shit. Blood-curdling scream rends the air. You stop abruptly and listen. The scream is followed by a snarl. You cautiously creep towards the source of terrible noises. Behind a rock, you see a hunter, armed only with a knife, locked in struggle with a cougar. His face is streaked with blood. The hunter's pack is lying on the ground nearby. You could grab it and he would never see you. I'll help him. With a deafening yell, you attack the animal, knocking it away from the hunter. The cougar is so shocked that it scampers away, yelling. The hunter is just its flummoxed, but he begins rummaging through his pack, murmuring something unintelligible. It seems he wants to reward you for saving him. Your body is filled with endorphins. You wonder if a paltry gift might dampen your flush of victory. You feel good about yourself, plus 5 sanity per hour when moving, 50% sanity gained in events. No, I'll decline the gift, thank you. If that gets my sanity up, then yes. Okay, so what's the best way up the mountain, though? Going that way. Okay. That'll do. That'll do. I'm glad I figured out a way to cheat the system. It does help. It definitely does help. Plus, yeah. Plus sanity per hour when moving. And 50% sanity gains. So, yeah. Either way, all these buffs stacking together really do help. And plus, it was a paltry gift for health anyways, and I really don't need it right now. In all honesty, taking him might have been the best choice. Well, I could stop here. I don't think I can get to that over there. Maybe. You discover an oxygen mask at the bottom of the narrow and steep crevice. Sure. Slowly climb down the crack in the ice. The tightness makes you feel uncomfortable and breathing is difficult. What if you get stuck? Reaching the oxygen mask is going slow. The longer you're stuck in the crevice, the harder it is to breathe. The crack goes even narrower towards the bottom. You don't have much room to maneuver. You can hardly bear the constriction. Cold sweat beats on your forehead as you gasp for air. You try to focus not on hyperventilating. Just before a panic attack comes over you, stop. It's not worth it. Oh, thanks. Well, I'll take the level up anyways. Ooh. But I will take... Yes. Good. That actually does help pretty good. Because then... You cannot believe your eyes. A fallen antenna is blocking your path. I'll lose a bit of temp. You're certain that the antenna is from years of occupation. Maybe it was some kind of radio relay station, but what was it used for? You ponder as you continue on your way. Okay, so... Oh, my energy is gonna crap out here, huh? Well, that just means I'll get this. Perhaps when I hit the bottom here. I will do this. Good. Because then I can go up here and get the spot. more sanity, more good consciousness. Whatever this is, I think it's a traitor. As you step through a rock arch, a giant of a man is torn anorak suddenly blocks your way. He points at your backpack with a scowl. Is he going to rob you? As if he read your mind, the stranger starts rummaging around in his own backpack. You're relieved. He only wants to trade. The towering man indicates he would like to have a tent. You should take one of his possessions in return. You take... don't really need anything that you have. That's the thing. I don't really need anything that you have, per se, so... I'm not going to take anything because I don't want to give up my freaking tank. But that's what that space is about. And now... yeah, I'll go up here. You clear a path through a scraggly patch of bush. You hear a dull metallic thud as your boots make contact with a round hatch in the ground. It takes you a few seconds to fully take in the strange discovery you've made. Yep, let's do it. Just as you turn away from the hatch to leave, you hear clattering and squeaking from inside. You reflexively take a step back as the hatch bursts open. A disheveled old man looking appear. Do I have anything? No. And straight down the barrel of his gun. You gesture to the man, desperately trying to convince him to put the gun down, but he continues brandish the weapon, yelling at you in a language you don't understand. You're pretty sure he isn't inviting you to join him for dinner. You better hightail it out of here before he accidentally shoots you. Or himself. Well, that worked out well. Yeah, that certainly worked itself out. Not really. Can't believe an old lunatic with a... Really, though, man, haven't found a guy with a... you encountered a slope filled with rubble. Even your first step sets off a mini landslide with stones rolling down the mountainside. I keep going anyway? Just a few steps into the rocks roll out from under your feet. Fall landing with a slide distance. That was painful. Only health. Only a bit of health. Not the end of the world. A mysterious singing washes over you like a soothing wave of light and magical, almost like an echo from another world. The singing is coming from a cave leading deep into the mountain. You're just about to enter the cave when you discover bones outside the entrance. You follow a low passageway, which after a while opens up to a spacious cavern of fires crackling in the middle of the cave, casting bizarre shadows on the walls. Standing beside it is a woman dressed in furs with soot-smeared face. Cautiously, you approach her. When she sees you, she stops singing and smiles mysteriously at you. She takes some herbs and starts to chew them, signaling that you should do the same. The woman starts singing again, her song dark and earthy, penetrates your body, courses through your veins, and the next moment bursts into shimmering fragments of sound, a flurry of colors and tones changing constantly. Pure energy and warmth. You feel invigorated like after a deep sleep. Very much worth it. I'll do level 2 mindfulness. Stack up the sanity buffs. I can go that way, right? That's fine. Whoops. We'll just see where this takes us. But yeah, stacking up those buffs really is gonna help. There's a cave right there, but... no, I don't want to do that. As you attempt to jump over a pile of debris, you slip and catch your foot in the crack between the rocks. Your ankle is in agony. I will take the time to clear away the rubble. You laboriously clear the rubble, rock by rock. You don't want to take any risks, just in case your ankle is sprained. It takes a while, but eventually the crack is wide enough for you to gingerly pull your foot free. You check it. It's just a graze. 106. Wow, we have... I don't even feel like we've made a dent climbing this damn thing. I'll stop on this event tile and get me, hopefully, something useful. Let's see. You enter a cave, it's dry and sheltered. You see a small tunnel leading in the darkness. You want to explore the tunnel, but it's so dark that you can't see your hands in front of your face. You crawl through the darkness on all fours. After a while, you encounter some rubble. It looks like the passageway has collapsed. You can't go any further. Do I need energy? Couldn't hurt. Besides, I got everything up still pretty high, and I haven't wasted any of my reserves yet. So I need to be able to get a better angle so I can click my way to the top. There we go. That's the problem, though. The path continues to break off, too, but steep passages cost more energy. But yeah, like I said, I may have to break this into a multi-part just because of how big the mountain is. You approach a canyon and notice the rope has been stretched across it. Who could have done that, and can you risk using it? I think so. You wrap your legs around the rope and you pull yourself across the canyon inch by inch. The rough fibers of the rope cut into your palms, but you ignore the pain. You're almost on the other side when the rope goes slack. You swing forward and slam into the rock with an almighty smack. With trembling hands, you pull yourself up the rope to the edge of the cliff. You survived, but your torso is peppered with bruises. Ouch. That's okay. That's fine. Still in the green, too, so it looks so far away. It looks just so far away. This is I mean, honestly, what did you expect? This has got to be the final mountain. If it's this big and boisterous. But I don't know. I really don't, but like I said, I could split this into multiple parts. The air is getting thin and your breath is heavy. You have entered the dead zone. You pause for a moment to prepare for the difficult path towards the summit. Energy use, hell yeah. Still nothing useful within reach. That's the problem, still nothing good within reach. Honestly, it's dead zone left. You hear a couple of loose stones rolling down the mountain. One of them hits you in the torso. Ouch. That hurts. That hurts me. Anything good? Maybe. Oh, I'm back in the dead zone, that's why. That's why I'm like, what's the problem? I'm in the danger zone. What's this, though, and will it help me any? You catch a scent on the wind. Burning wood, you follow your nose, and behind some rocks you discover a patchy, dingy-looking tent. Next to the tent, the glowing embers of a campfire emit a thin plume of smoke. Not a soul around for miles. I'd be stupid to... You call out, nothing happens, no response. You call again, and suddenly hear a crack behind you if someone's trying to sneak up on you. You spin around and find yourself staring into a pair of eyes narrowed with fury. A local man, he shakes a bald fist at you, clearly wanting you to leave. You get the message and hurry away and continue your journey. Well, at least this time I didn't get laid out, so... Okay, so up the mountain again. Okay, this is going to pass me by that cave, so I may as well go towards that cave. And honestly, after this, I may end up calling it for the day just because I knew the mountain would be big. I just didn't think it'd be this big. That's the crazy part, man. You enter a vast cave. Several passages lead deep into the mountain. You listen, you can hear metallic clanging coming from one of the passages, as if someone is banging a hammer against a pipe. You walk a few steps down the passageway. The clanging gets louder, but it is so dark that it is hard to say how far away the noise is coming from. Keeping one hand on the wall, you make your way forward carefully. The clanging sounds muffled and regular, as if it were coming from a broken machine of sort. You walk further and further into the cave system. Suddenly, the noise stops. You wait a moment, but nothing. Just endless darkness and bitter cold. What were you thinking? Frustrated, you turn around and stumble back up the passageway. After a while, you stop still. Have you lost your way? The cold seeps into your bones. You keep going. Suddenly, your knee hits something hard. Feeling around with your hands, you make out a metal chest and open it. You quickly add the contents to your pack and, limping, continue to search for the cave entrance. It feels like an eternity, but finally spy some light. You made it out. You fall to the ground, relieved. Ouch. Not even worth it. Not even freaking worth it. Although it does get my sanity up, so I guess that does help. Well, this'll help with the knee problem. The This'll definitely help with that. Yeah, I cannot believe we have been going for 20 minutes and we've barely cracked the fucking surface. That is so far away. This mountain is basically everything you've done prepped you for how to handle this. And honestly, I have to get... Yeah, good. It's a point of interest, so I will gain some sanity. A stranger is sitting motionless on a rock, his naked torso adorned with a number of tattoos, strange patterns, symbols, like those mostly worn by the spiritual leaders of the local indigenous people. It is bitterly cold, and you wonder whether the stranger is frozen to death. The stranger opens his eyes and gives you a stern look. It looks like he's alive. I don't have any food, so... The stranger mutters a few words in a foreign language you don't understand, but by the sounds of it, he's not too happy about your attempt to make contact with him. Yeah, that usually sounds about right. I don't know, but... Holy crap balls, we still have a long-ass way to go. But yeah, I think what I'm going to do for now is we've gone long enough, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring this episode to a close, and when we come back, we will continue our trek up the mountain. Whether we make it to the top or have to go for part 3 on this thing, I have no idea. So in the meantime, though, if you liked what you saw, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.